How's everybody doing tonight? Better be feeling good? I know I'm feeling good. You know why? Because I masturbated on the side of the stage tonight. I don't know if you have any Louis C.K. fans out there tonight, but you're either going to love or hate this next one. So, a little bit nervous, so I made sure I masturbated before I came on stage. Because, they say when you're nervous, you imagine everybody naked. Make you more comfortable. So that's what I did. I imagined you all naked. So I masturbated, and I feel amazing. But don't worry, I kept it in my pants, unlike Louis C.K. I kept it in my pants. I didn't call anybody. My underwear to my pants are still sticky to this moment. So we're all good. And just, like at the end of the bar, there's consent forms so you guys can all sign off on it. It's funny just thinking about masturbating. You guys ever had a masturbation story you could just tell to anybody, like where you were caught by your parents masturbating? I'll never forget. I didn't have cable in my room. I had one of those old school turn dials where you had to turn it to channel 3, turn it to channel 4 type TVs. So I had to go in my mom's room if I wanted to watch cable. I was watching Xena Warrior Princess. I know you guys remember that, but fuck. She had the hot sidekick. And she had that roar, that yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, so amazing. And again, going back to Louis C.K., not trying to have you guys, watch me masturbate or listen to me masturbate. I'm just saying, I was in my mom's room, door closed, watching Xena. I don't even know if it was a sidekick or her, but I just said, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, so amazing. So, doing my business, hand her the blanket, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? My mom comes bursting in the door like, Bryan, what are you doing? And, I'm trying to watch some Xena, trying to get my rocks off. And my mom bursts in the door. And I'm like, ah! My mom goes running into the kitchen because, back in my day when we were growing up, we had phones that were attached to the wall. So my mom calls up my dad. I finish, obviously. But my mom goes and calls my dad and says, Bryan was masturbating in my room. And I'm like, nah, bro. That's not what I was doing. So she yells at me, Bryan, your dad's on the phone. My dad picks up, hey, your mom says you were doing some questionable things. I'm like, Dad, that's not what I was doing. Being a dude, you gotta scratch your stuff. You gotta scratch, your balls. You gotta kind of get that itch out. What he didn't know is obviously it was getting my rocks off, just like I was before I came on stage, to make myself comfortable. But I was young. I didn't know any better. But I got my rocks off. But I had to tell my dad, like, bro, I was just itching. Mom doesn't know what's going on. Just itching my shit. And he's like, well, next time, just itch your shit in your own room. Don't be itching, quote unquote, your balls in your mom's room. Do that in your own room. I'm like, all right, whatever. And it's funny, like, just talking about your, like, private areas. My dad's parents, I was traveling out west. Grandparents had an RV. And I was maybe 17, 18. I was getting ready to graduate. And I had a choice. I could either graduate and have a party, or I could travel out west with my grandparents. I chose to graduate and go out west with my grandparents. Like, fuck it. I don't need to have a party. I'd rather go out west and travel. And my dad had this thing where he was coming up with his own words before I left, where he said a sphincter was a hair in his food. So I picked it up, being the teenage kid that I was, dumb as fuck. Somewhere maybe in bumfuck nowhere, Oklahoma, I don't know. Some tornado fucking goddamn city. And I'm like, man, I got a sphincter in my food. I gotta get that shit out. I'm telling my grandparents this. They don't say anything. And the next day, my grandpa's outside, cranking away at the RV, getting the boards off, unstabilizing the RV so we can travel on our merry way. And my grandma gets up. And if you don't know my grandma, she's a good 400 pound hardcore Christian lady. Doesn't say shit, doesn't say piss, doesn't say fuck. Doesn't even say, like, gosh darn it. Because that could be easily translated to God damn it. This is how she is. But again, this big, huge, hardcore Christian lady gets up in the middle of this RV and says, you shouldn't say sphincter in front of your grandfather anymore. And I'm like, why? And she gets up and she makes a V with her fucking hands. And she goes, because sphincter is a muscle in the vagina. And I'm just fucking dumbfounded. Like, what? Because again, I'm only 17 at the time. I don't know what the fuck a sphincter is, let alone barely know what a vagina is. And I have this 50-year-old grandmother telling me that a sphincter is a muscle in the keyword V-lining it to her vagina. Muscle in the vagina. My jaw is just to the fucking ground in the middle of this RV. I'm sitting on a goddamn couch. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm not going to say sphincter in front of Grandpa anymore. I got it. So I'm just sitting there contemplating my life, thinking about vaginas and everything else. Just go about my merry way. And then speaking of vaginas, you guys ever been a fan of stuff? Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, all that good shit. Speaking of vaginas. So, I gotta talk about my biggest fan. I'm the biggest fan of fucking Kanye West. And everybody says, like, why would you be a fan of Kanye West? Like, is it College Dropout? Is it Heartless? Is that? Is this? That? No. Why I'm a fan of Kanye West, I'll never forget. This is very apparent. I was traveling down south and with my grandparents at the time. Like I said, show me a V for vagina. It V for Vendetta isn't my favorite fucking comic book, which I have a tattoo of that you can see, is I love fucking Kanye. Not for the reason that you think, but for the fact that I don't know if you guys remember this little award show called MTV Music Awards, and he was presenting an award, and it was called Best Music Video of All Time, or Best Music Video of the Year. And he was meant to present it for Taylor Swift, and he said, hold on, I'm going to let you finish. And the only fucking thing I could think of is, these fucking South redneck fucking cousin fucking trailer park living motherfuckers are all excited. They're like putting tinfoil on their fucking antennas, making it aware so they could see all this shit and watch Taylor win this award. And this black guy, or this N-word hard R, because, let's face it, these motherfuckers, they're all about the hard R. We're all excited about Taylor winning this award. And all of a sudden, Kanye comes out of left field saying, hold on, Taylor, I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had the best award. And all these motherfuckers in Oklahoma are just like, oh, this motherfucker, this hard R motherfucker, just came and just erupted Taylor. And just beating the living piss out of their wife. Kids crying, everything upset. All because Kanye interrupted them. And that warms my goddamn fucking heart. Because I'm just thinking, like, how is it that just because a dude fucking said, I'm going to let you finish and talk about Beyonce having an award, it just upsets all these motherfuckers. Like, who cares if he said, I'm going to let you finish? People just fucking erupt. Talking about, oh, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. Blah, 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 blah. Causing so many emotional turmoil. Breaking up so many families. Causing so much eruption. Over him just saying, I'm going to let you finish. And talking about Beyonce having the best music video of all time. Which she did. Let's be fair. I mean, all you single ladies, hey. Or put the box to the left. Beyonce is hands down the queen of, when it comes to anything. Beyonce's a fucking queen. So let's not forget that. And that's why Kanye is my fucking hero. And fuck every white male in the fucking South. Kanye is the fucking king. On to other topics. It makes me think about my own children. Like, thinking about, like, Kanye interrupted the whole goddamn South and making kids cry because of their fathers. I'm a father of 3. Got an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. They all have their own personalities, whatever. And I can't help but think, like, I let them cuss. I said, hey, like, I'm an anarchist. I can let shit go. Like, I'm not going to censor you. But there's boundaries. You when you're a parent, you got to have boundaries. So I say, hey, if you ask, you say bad words. So I'm like, all right. I asked my oldest, like, what do you want to say? Like, hey, McDonald's, I want a milkshake. Give me a fucking milkshake. All right, cool. I get to my 6-year-old. All right, go ahead, Logan. Say what you want to say. He's like, hey, let's go to this fucking party. All right, cool. And I get my 3-year-old. She's like, let's go to a bitch party. where there's nothing but bitches. Let's go to a bitch party. That's fucking hilarious. A fucking bitch party. And I'm laughing like, bitches at a bitch party. That's fucking. So my 8-year-old picks up on that, like, oh, Daddy finds that funny. Gotta bring my bitches to a bitch party. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Gotta bring your bitches to a bitch party. 3-year-old's just like, bitch party. So that becomes a running joke, like, bitch party. Let's go to a bitch party. We gotta have a bitch party. Every time we dance and have a good time, it's a bitch party. Then my oldest, Lily, she has to go, all right, can I say a bad word, Daddy? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, baby. All right, bitches, let's go to a fuck party. Whoa! 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 Lily, stop. Bitch party's fine. You cannot say fuck party. There's a line that's got to be drawn. You cannot say fuck party. She's like, why, Daddy? I was like, you cannot put those two together. You're 8. You cannot say fuck and party. We don't go to a fuck party. You want to say bitch party, that's fine. But you cannot go to a fuck party. Anyway, can we rewind it a little bit? I forgot to tell you guys one thing. Let's rewind it a bit. Vagina. Anyway, so back to when my mom caught me. She was hitting open the door, when I was in the middle of my jizz blast, and she goes, hold on, I'm going to let you finish. Thank you, guys. My name is Bryan Stifle. It was good talking to you guys, and catch you on the flip side. Bye.